ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. باب تحريم العقوق وقطيعة الرحم. We continue our book Riyad-us Saliheen by Imam Nawawi rahmatullahi alayhi, and we begin the new chapter in a book which is the 41st chapter of the book, and the chapter is with regards to prohibition of disobedience towards parents and severance of our relationship. So the previous chapter was with regards to obedience towards parents and the virtues of joining relationship. Now this chapter 41 talks about the prohibition, meaning the tahrim of breaking relationship with or disobedience towards parents, and secondly, what is the harm where we sever or we break family ties. And we begin with the ayat of the Quran where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions the ayat of the Quran, and this is from Surah Muhammad, verse number 22 and 23. قال الله سبحانه وتعالى فهل عسيتم إن توليتم. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions, would you then, if you were given the authority to do mischief in the land and sever ties of kinship? Where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is reminding that when Allah gives you power, when Allah gives you strength, then for that, being able to fulfill the rights of others and to do good towards others, فَهَلْ أَسَيْتُمْ, would you forget? Would you then, after Allah has given you authority, where Allah has given you power, you will create mischief, أَن تُفْسِدُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ, that you will create mischief and havoc on the face of this earth, وَتُقَطِّعُوا أَرْحَامَكُمْ, and you will break relationship that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given. أُولَٰئِكَ الَّذِينَ لَعَنَهُمُ اللَّهُ, and these are the individuals whom the curse of Allah is upon. Meaning, when Allah has given you family, Allah has given you the strength and ability, it is your responsibility to fulfill the haqq of others. And especially when it comes to joining of relationships. And if someone, while having the ability, still does not fulfill these haqq and does not fulfill these rights, then the ayat of the Quran, Surah Muhammad, verse number 23 mentions, أُولَٰئِكَ الَّذِينَ, and such are those whom Allah has cursed. And imagine the curse of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah protect us from ever being cursed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the curse of Allah means, brothers and sisters, that our lives will be empty from blessings and barakah, happiness and joy and comfort. We may have everything in our lives, but if the curse of Allah is in the life of an individual, they can never be comfortable and they can never be happy. And this is the rule of thumb in this world itself, is that maybe things can buy you comfort for that time, but that contentment and sukoon only comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ala bi dhikrillahi tatma'innul qulub. It is the remembrance of Allah that truly gives the contentment of the hearts. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in this ayat of the Quran, would you then, after Allah has given you the authority that you will create mischief on the face of this earth and blood and break blood relationships? These are the individuals whom Allah has given power and authority, and they do this, that Allah says these are the people whom Allah has cursed, so that He has made them deaf and blind of their sight. Meaning it is as though that they can't see and they cannot hear. Meaning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes them in such a way. So brothers and sisters, when it comes to huquq, especially when it comes to our relatives, it is our responsibility to do as much as we can to join those relationships, to fulfill the huquq. And even in some times where it's difficult and it's hard, to go out of our way to inshallah make reconciliation and make those relationships that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can be pleased with us. And that will bring, in my final thought, and this is something that will bring the rahmat of Allah. As the curse of Allah is upon those that break it, the rahmat and the mercy of Allah is upon those who join relationships. Then you will see barakah in your life, in your wealth, in your family, in your time, and your entire life itself will be full of barakah and blessings. May Allah give us tawfiq and ability to live our life according to the Quran and Sunnah. A few very, very important announcements, inshallah. We have the death in the community. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive the deceased and grant her the mother of Brother Shah, right? May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant her the highest of the place in Al-Firdaus al-Ala. May Allah make the manazil and the path of akhirah easy. Inshallah, the janazah salah will be tomorrow with Dhuhr salah, inshallah. So for those who are available or local, please do attend the janazah salah. as there is a great reward in our participation. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give sabr jameel and patience to the family, inshallah. Also, brothers and sisters, tonight after Isha is at 8:45, we begin a new series every Wednesday night, and this is known as the series of the sciences of Quran, Ulumul Hadith. What is Hadith, how it's compiled, how it's written. It's a sciences of Hadith, a small course, inshallah, only 30 minutes after Isha. So if your time permits, do join us, inshallah. Starting next Monday, our dars will be after Isha, not after Maghrib, because Isha will be moving back at 8:30. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept this from us, inshallah. Subhanallah wa bihamdik. Subhanakallah wa bihamdik. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta.